That secret we'll never tell.
Yeah, but we are.
We are, maybe.
We are.
I know, come on. Too many days of wasting your life a while. Too many ways to make it alright, I'll say it.
Governessmen, welcome back to the Netherlands. Welcome back to Paradiso, Amsterdam. How's the European tour going so far? How's Belgium, France treating you?
It's been good. It's just like short and sharp and, you know, get in, get out, smash everyone around. And yeah, it's been great. Shows have been really vibey.
And we've been very well behaved up until now, but we plan on destroying that very soon.
Well, it's the last show on the run, so.
Yeah, so in advance you were thinking about Amsterdam, and then after the show ending up where exactly? You already know?
You don't even want to know. You don't even want to know. I don't even want to know. Somewhere dirty and covered in alcohol.
Yeah. How's it feeling with this, with the latest record to perform it on the stages, in the venues with its new sound, of course?
It's been so good. Like just, you know, you like play the same album for a couple of years and then finally getting some new tracks and sort of coming up with the new dances and putting the show together again. It's really exciting.
Yeah, it's really cool, like seeing it come together. Like I remember when we were doing our Brixton shows in the UK, kind of seeing like all the visuals and like all the staging and stuff that we'd kind of developed over the course of like 2 years kind of come together, and I was like, wow, that's cool, it actually works, because otherwise it would have been screwed.
There's 1,000 little pieces of the puzzle and then you put it all together, and when you finally see it all, it's just really satisfying.
Yeah, I love, for me as a listener, how everything from visuals to the performances to the dances to the feeling of the clubby energy that you mostly get like after midnight or something, to bring it like early in the evening, so to say, if you know what I mean. What's the secret to do that in like more pop venues, so to say?
Yeah, I don't know. Like somehow we've managed to do it, but I think it's just like keeping that kind of ravey beat with the pop sensibilities on top. And then when you smash that together, you can get away with like starting the rave early.
Get down.
Okay, can you explain a little bit what most of the influences were for the latest record? Because I was there with Boyfriend, doing my first ever DJ gigs and playing the songs, and now you do the fucking big venues and festivals with this record that's more and more into like more clubby sound.
Yeah, well, we were just like clubbing a lot more, like when we moved to the UK, and you know, Reggie was DJing all the time, and like a lot of like in the queer scene, and like, you know, going to parties like Adonis and stuff like that. So I think we were just kind of like exposed to a lot more like UK like party culture, and like even playing places like Manchester Warehouse Project and stuff like that. I remember seeing Orbital there like maybe like a few years ago. And then I suppose that was kind of like our entry into like kind of wanting to write more dance music, was a lot of those kind of 90s UK sounds.
Yeah, just kind of rubs off on you.
How is that together in the studio? Is it like, do you still protect some kind of poppy sound, or what kind of influences do you want to get into the music, like more electronic?
Yeah, I think it's kind of inevitable, just because like, you know, who
the
we
way
are,
we think as well, yeah.
We can't stop with the hook. But yeah, it's just kind of, I don't think we'll ever be able to like pull that out.
Yeah. As much as we try.
What are kind of influences, like maybe you mentioned some parties or maybe DJ or other artists or live shows that you saw that maybe triggered something?
I think a big one for me, I think it was actually, I saw them at Down the Rabbit Hole a few years ago. Soul Wax, I saw them with like their 3 drummers, and I remember just like the staging of that show and just like the energy like those drums, like all the drummers brought and stuff like that, like that was massive.
Getting to see some like legendary acts in the UK, like Underworld and like Orbital, and being like in the room with that sort of UK rave sound, I think that kind of like pushed us, you know, even more into that world.
And I saw Madonna last year as well, and I was like, man, like if we had some money, the things we could do, like you know, that kind of stuff inspirational. And that was really cool as well, because our set designer is also Madonna's set designer. So like that was really cool, kind of seeing like those two worlds collide as well.
Wow, and how does that work for you? Like to me, as just a simple radio DJ, it's like a dream that you can design a stage, or you have some wishes and you go, you know, talk with someone who makes those kind of things. What's it like?
I mean, I don't know why he wanted to work with us, but he did. I think he was a fan. But yeah, it was pretty cool, because like, you know, he was like, anything is possible. And kind of having like that opportunity is kind of like, you shouldn't tell me that, because, you know, I'll come to you and be like, we want like flying horses.
Yeah, next minute Janet's there like drawing these crazy things and like, do this, like.
Yeah. I mean, it was pretty cool, because like he really could make anything happen, and he did. Like he made like this inflatable stage that we had at Lowlands this year, which was last year, which was really cool.
Yeah. And how do you feel about like rehearsing the dances? Like, to what extent do you want to, know on beforehand what's gonna happen and be in the moment as well, and not be like too much maybe busy in your head with choreography or something like that? How does it work for you?
Yeah, I think it's just practice, right? Like because there's so many things that we in particular have to remember. And so it's just once we know them all, we can kind of relax. But the first few shows of learning them were pretty stressful.
Yeah, and like just not over like stuffing it and like sort of having those little choreo moments and then allowing like the free time to just kind of like do whatever we want.
What's the training schedule like for the dances?
Oh, well, it's
It
like
was pretty grueling.
with the new, like when you've got the new album, it's like, we're going to bring in like 6-7 new songs into the set. So it's Jan and I just kind of like, what are we going to do? And then, a few months later, we've just been going to the dance studio and Janet's sort of pulling up lots of little inspo clips on from YouTube.
I mean, I do spend like kind of the whole time we're writing the album, I'm taking little references and like I have like this massive like creative bible of like dance moves that we have used and dance moves that we haven't used. And a lot of these references come from like 90s dance break movies or like White Chicks we stole a move from. That no one needed to know that.
Yeah, they know now.
What's the best dance move? This is an incredible hard question to answer, not by dancing, but by describing it.
Like what feels the best or what looks the best?
What feels the best? Yeah.
Well, probably just like a good solid hair flick for me personally.
Yeah, hair flick, don't want a body roll here and there.
Yeah, he's got the body roll down now.
Yeah, it only took me about 6 months. But yeah, like some of like the flips that we sort of...
They don't feel good, but they look
They
good.
don't feel good, but it feels good because they look good.
They look great. And that's because they are terrifying. We actually stacked it quite badly in Paris. He threw me off and I was meant to do like a flip and then I kind of landed funny, then he landed on top of me.
Yeah,
And
I
then
think the strobes were going at the time, and like normally we don't have the strobes and the flips because it's quite disorientating. But
oh my God.
yeah, we always style it out.
Well, we just kind of lay there and we were like, this is a risk, it's a risk doing the flips, like it's not easy. And so I feel like people appreciate it. If you screw it up, people know like at least they tried.
Yeah, at least we're human.
Recently you posted like this steamy Instagram post with the caption soft launching, which confused a lot of the fans. A lot of comments of people being confused because everyone thought you were brother and sister. Could you set the record straight once and for all? What's the lore here? What's going on?
That secret we'll never tell.
Yeah, but we are, and
We are, maybe.
we are. We're from Australia, it's a little different.
You're part of this shift in pop music where pop doesn't have to be all whispery and subtle anymore. It can be big and maximalist and fun. We just had the Brackel Summer, of course, as a great example. Do you feel like Confidence Man has broken through at the right time where people are more open to this like maximalism and messiness? You feel like there's a new moment in pop music, so to say?
Yeah, I reckon people are probably like ready for something like a bit grimier and like, not so airbrushed, I guess.
Yeah, I think you said in some other interview, like, so like, you still be like the rock stars got to, be naughty and like be a bit, grimy. But we've kind of just, been lucky, I think, like the whole way with our band.
But I mean, luckily for us, we've always been, we can't be perfect anyway. We never really we could never anyways.
And do you also mention that like maybe on the festival lineups and the other bands you're touring with, you just had, you did a support with Fuckers, the band, of course, they are coming to Best Kept Secret as well. Yeah. Those kind of influences and those kind of bands, do you see them around and, feel the environment of those kind of music?
Yeah,
bands?
I mean, we're big fans of theirs and like it's sick kind of seeing other bands who are doing like kind of similar like 90s kind of related sounds.
Yeah, putting those sounds back and like sort of just like smashing different things together. I think it's like a nice like everyone's sort of like wanting to like experiment a bit more with like the pop and sort of dance.
Yeah, and particularly like even like live electronic music as well. Like, you don't see that many kind of live electronic bands out there. So it's good to feel that niche with something.
Yeah.
And the 90s vibe, the 90s music you just mentioned, what kind of music listeners were you back then?
At that time, like we've sort of listened to so many different things over the years, and we only really kind of got obsessed with dance music in the last kind of like, I don't know, 10 years.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I love a lot of those like kind of like old house like tracks like with like pop vocalists over the top.
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. Or even like these cells fall into my mind kind of thing. You know, just good old 90s jams.
Yeah, stuff you hear in like the club at 2 a.m.
Yeah. Is there also this big thing going on, like here in the Netherlands, trends? Music is being like okay again. It was a bit like, oh, guilty pleasure, and it's been like out there. Is that also happening in the UK right now? Or is it still like a bit, whoop?
Yeah, I feel like we're the wrong people to ask because I feel like we are trashy as and we are not ashamed to admit it. So whatever.
Yeah, we've always kind of like, we've always been off trend in a way that we've kind of made our own trend. So everyone else had to just fall in line with what we were doing.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your time. Been following you since forever with all the festivals and gigs. So I love it. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.